everyone, and welcome to Sunrise Tarot. My name is Leah, and today I will be doing a reading for the sign of Gemini for the month of April 2024. I hope all my Geminis are doing well. As you know, this is a general reading, so there will be parts that may not resonate with you. Only take the parts that do resonate and leave the rest for someone else. I've already meditated on the cards, I've already shuffled the cards, and this is the spread that I have for you today. In the past position, we have the Strength card, clarified by the Eight of Swords. In the obstacle position, we have the Death card, clarified by Temperance. In the present position, we have the Knight of Wands, clarified by the Nine of Wands. And in the future outcome position, we do have the Star, clarified by the Five of Pentacles. So let's get right into the spread. We do see that in the past position, you have the Strength card, which is a major arcana card, and it's all about taming your inner demons. Approaching things with patience and calmness and resolve and self-control in order to kind of create the path forward, in order to see the path forward, in order to be successful as well. You know, and clearly in the past you were worrying about some of the self-limiting beliefs that you've put on your self, because who says that you cannot achieve the things that you want to achieve? You already have everything. You are already completely free to have whatever it is that you want to have. But, you know, we don't see it that way because we have programming that has been kind of put upon us by our parents, mentors, teachers, friends, co-workers, family members, and so on. And so it's important to remember that in the Eight of Swords card here, you know, we only see one person standing there, not being able to move. The swords represent words. And so sometimes we believe in other people's words so much that we believe in them much more than in our own words, especially if those words were told to us by people around us when we were very young. Remember what Kanye West said, and I don't like Kanye West, but he at times does say profound things, and I think that's why he is at the level that he is. But I do remember him being on a talking show at some point, and him saying, you know, when you yell at your kid, don't do this, don't touch that, don't, you know, go there, don't blah, blah, blah. And you sort of program the kid, and then that kid grows up, and, you know, next thing you know, that kid is 40 and is afraid to say what, you know, he or she feels or thinks, you know, constantly censoring themselves rather than being open and free and, you know, seeing no obstacles, because the obstacles we create are put there by other people. And so it's important to meditate. It's important to do cording exercises. It's important to connect to earth. It's important to get rid of toxic energy through your cord, your energetic cord. And then it's important to fill yourself back up with abundance. The strongest and the most powerful way to do that is through visualization, because words can be quite limiting. This is why, for example, these cards, they're visual, visual things that help us understand what each and every one of them communicates to us. So it's important to realize that you have incredible strength inside of you. And so the divine here is saying, use the strength that is already inside of you, because you represent this lady in this white kind of robe standing and petting a lion. The lion is all your impulses. The lion is all your, I want this right now. The lion is all the desires, the craziness that is part of you. And so you're able to kind of calm it down. And when you calm the lion down, you're able to see the restrictions that are there and free yourself from that. In the obstacle position, you have the death card. And when death, which is also a major arcana card, appears in the obstacle position, it tells me that there's something you're not letting go of because you don't want something to end. You're afraid of something ending because it will bring about a new way of living. And that new way of living is unfamiliar. That new way of living is like, causing anxiety. What if I don't like it? What if it doesn't go my way? What if something, happens? Like, I don't know it. My mind isn't accustomed to it. So it's important to realize that something must be let go of. Now, every person has 7 chakras in their body. And so the energy inside your body is supposed to flow freely. For example, when you drink water, you also pee it out. The same with energy. The cosmic energy goes in, it's supposed to swoosh around and go back out through the crown chakra. Earth energy comes in, it swooshes around and then goes back out through the first chakra into the ground, right? And the ground then transmutes this energy and sends it back to you. The same with cosmic energy, right? But the chakras are super important because the first chakra deals with fear. What is it that you are afraid of? And when you put it in a little boat and you push the boat away and the river takes it downstream, that is how you let things go. When you let go of what you fear, when you put it into a little boat and you push it away and it kind of floats away from you, you trust that into the divine. You trust that the divine will take care of that fear, do whatever it needs to be done with it, transmute it, transform it, use it for something and what have you. But you have to let it go. When you don't let it go, it blocks the first chakra, meaning, the energy can't go through. It's the same thing as drinking water and then not being able to pee. The more you drink, the more it builds up inside your body. And then, something unpleasant happens. The same with energy. When you don't allow energy to flow freely through your body, then it gets suppressed, and that's when you start to have health issues or some kind of psychological, mental issues, some kind of heart issues, and so on and so forth. And others can pick up on that. They can't understand what it is, but they can the frequency gives it away. They can tell that there's something off, something like there's a lack of balance or something is off, and naturally people will stay away from that type of energy. So it's important to make sure energy flows. It's important to let go of what it is that you fear, and it's important to embrace change, and not be too resistant to change. Maybe it's some kind of a blocked grief. Grief blocks the heart chakra. I think it's the 4th chakra. It blocks the heart chakra. So when grief comes about, you spend some time with it, you address it, you get to know it because you need to understand what it is, and then you put it in the little boat and you push it away and it goes down the stream, because there's no such thing as someone not loving you. Love is eternal. Whether the person is near you or not, communicates with you or not, their love is eternal. That energy is pure. That energy is light, and it's not going away. So it's important not to be possessive, like, well, this person needs to communicate with me, or this person needs to be by my side. Love cannot, you cannot put energy into a box, and energy is love. So you cannot put it into a box. It has to flow. It has to have the ability to move, and so it's important to, again, be able to allow the energy to flow freely. Now, temperance is in, which is also a major arcana card, is in the clarifying position. And that tells me that maybe you're tired. There's some kind of exhaustion that is coming through. Also, lack of peace. Remember that post that I made some days ago? In order to master, in order for your life to be a masterpiece, you have to master the peace. So on the inside, you have to be incredibly peaceful. I've been meditating for years, and only after many, many years and listening to different meditation gurus and listening to different meditations have I reached the level of having inner peace, because the inner peace comes from the fact that inside everything is connected. Lack of peace means there's some kind of a missing connection on the inside. And again, meditation helps with that. Cording exercises help with that. If you don't do a cording exercise, it's the same thing as not brushing your teeth or taking a shower. There used to be a man called Zig Ziglar back in the 70s and the 80s. I only discovered him after his death, and it's been a long time since he was around, but I remember him saying the words, motivation is the same thing as hygiene. It goes away if you don't stay on top of it. The same thing with hygiene. It goes away if you don't take showers every so often. So motivation is like that. It's not guaranteed to be there the next day and the next day and the next day. The same thing with peace. You have to do these exercises where you have to meditate at least 5 minutes, 10 minutes, anything you can spare, in the morning, in the evening, before you go to bed. That helps establish a stronger connection with the divine, and it helps you stay in harmony and keep the exhaustion at bay. Because the more you're connected with the divine, the more you realize how unique you are and special and important. And so the more you're confident enough to say no, the more you're confident enough to stay away from limiting beliefs and to say, no, 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 I recognize that, because self-limiting beliefs is foreign energy. And if foreign energy is inside your body, it's going to start to create disbalance. Anytime you want to say a self-deprecating joke, that is foreign energy. That means when you come around other people, their words affect you. When you meditate, their words don't affect you, because you understand that you are a whole being and that you already have the knowledge of the universe inside of you. So it's important to quiet your mind when the temperance is in the obstacle position. It's important to imagine that there's a butterfly that just sat down on your shoulder or on your finger, on your hand. You then become really still because you don't want the butterfly to fly away. And so that is what the meditation does. You find an incredible moment of stillness inside of you, and it stays there for minutes, hours, and so on. Now, the good thing is that you're going to be taking action. The Knight of Wands is all about taking action. The divine is sort of saying, you received a sign, this is the time to go for it. And the Knight of Wands is also about giving you a surge of energy. You are ready to really kind of go for it, and you have this final push. The Nine of Wands is all about one last push towards victory, one last push towards success. Muster, all the energy that you have, and put your ideas into into motion. Put your strategy into motion. This is the time to take action. This is the time to change up your routine so that new energy can flow into your life. Definitely, some of you may find yourself moving or relocating. Some of you may find yourself changing up your routine. Some of you may be taking classes in order to propel yourself in your career further, or maybe change the career altogether. It definitely takes and it's going to take a lot of action on your part. However, April 2024 is a very pivotal month. This is the most important month of the entire year, because we have the solar eclipse, because we have the Uranus and Jupiter conjunction. This is something that doesn't happen very often, so this is definitely very, very important. You'll find that you have opened up a channel in your subconscious. Subconscious usually stores information from other people. The mind picks it up and puts it away for later use, and when it's convenient, the mind will bring it up to the surface into your conscience. And so, be ready for subconscious things to be revealed to you. Be ready to face a few things, not because of you, but because of other people. You may find something comes to light that wasn't, that you weren't aware of before. And this is why you are going to be taking action. And this is why you're so close to the victory that you want to see in your life. And we do see that because you have the star. The wish is granted. The victory and the success is here. You're definitely going to have increased clarity. You're going to shine and be noticed by other people. And so this is why the increased clarity is super important, because there are going to be some decisions that you're going to have to make, especially regarding people that may have a mindset of lack. This is why you have the Five of Pentacles here in the clarifying position, because there may be someone who is depending on you a little bit too much. There may be some sort of a codependent relationship, but something about this mindset of lack is going to come into come up to the surface, and you're going to be able to see it, and you're going to be able to sort of deal with it directly. And this is why you're the star. You are kind of regaining balance and getting back into the healing mode. So you're going to address the situation because someone is not necessarily shared all the information with you. There may be some new information that you discover, and so you're going to have the strength and the ability to move forward, to let things go, and to shine like the star that you are. But let's see what we can clarify with the mystical wisdom card that I pulled earlier today. And we have face your fears, release the power of fear. Definitely, the Satan, the devil wants you to be afraid, because when you are stuck in low vibrational energy, the devil feeds on that. When you are stuck in high vibrational energy, and you cannot be stuck on it because that's a natural state, you are able to first of all, the devil cannot feed on high vibrational energy. The demonic energy needs low vibration. That's the food. And so if you're in a mode where you have hard time believing in yourself, and you have self-doubt, and you have some sort of guilt, or maybe kind of telling yourself you're not perfect, you're this, you're that, that's what it is. That's what the devil wants, and that is what is like the opposite of the light. So you want to be able to face your fear, and it doesn't mean leaving your house to speak to someone directly. You face your fear by setting the intention of facing your fear, by allowing yourself to imagine. You close your eyes, you imagine that boat, you imagine of standing on the edge of a river, and putting the fear into the boat and saying, I release you. I know that the divine has my back. I know that I am a wonderful, beautiful human being, and I release everything that is holding me back from the higher vibration, and so on and so forth. I'm sure you can look up, different meditation and affirmations online, but releasing the fear will allow your energy to flow freely. I also pulled an ancestor and angel oracle card, and that is Stargazer. Set your sights higher. Definitely it is important to elevate yourself. Read books. Go to a place you've never been, because it will, spur creativity, imagination, and that's what is defined as working with energy. Once your inspiration comes through, you start to create something. Maybe you can plant a flower. Maybe you can clean something up around your home, do a little repainting job, creating a beautiful space for yourself, kind of seeing how else you can elevate yourself in your personal life, in your professional life. But it's important to raise your standards, because that's what change is all about. And so, of course, the month of April is a perfect time for that. I also pulled a Shaman's Dream Oracle card, and we've got Dream Thief, Refusal of the Call. I actually haven't really gotten that card very often, so let's see what it means. The Dream Thief is a soft, compelling seductress. Her only purpose is to keep you hypnotized by comfort and sameness. She wants you to tell your old stories over and over so you don't evolve beyond them. Ask yourself, if you are reverting back to the familiarity of your origin story, of why you were wounded or when you were rejected, do you talk about how your family molded you as a child without also acknowledging that you've already become someone else? You are so much more than you know. It's time. It's time to express what has been dormant. Your new adventure has already begun. So this hypnosis that this thief has bestowed upon you is like floating away. It is slowly dissipating, and you're walking into a new world. Our world is changing. What we know about our history is changing. Our identity, on the individual level and on the collective level, is transforming. So it's important to stay in high vibration, and it's important to experience new things, because experiencing new things will help add to the identity you already have. Once you add, it will be easier to subtract things you can no longer carry because of many different reasons. I hope you enjoyed this reading, dear Gemini. If you did, please do like, share, and subscribe, and I will see you in the next one.